Are you recording it?
Yeah, I just started recording, so you can go.
Okay.
You can go whenever.
Hi,
And we
my
have
name is
professional
Stephanie.
editing.
And you're an alcoholic.
Welcome to
I
Alcoholics
am a
Anonymous.
dogaholic.
I can't sit in the chair.
I love Hunt Showdown.
Do you?
Okay, I have
Hunt Showdown Gamer.
Hunt Showdown game. Sometimes it's rough, but
A lot.
All the
it
time.
depends. No, and you go on streaks. All right. Are you guys gonna introduce yourself too, or am I just gonna go for it?
Oh, I'm Brett. Yo, what up?
He's Brett. I'm Blake.
I'm Roy.
Is that potato salad?
Is Joseph still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. This is
It's Joseph.
It's Joseph.
The one and only.
The one
I'm
and only.
sleepy.
You schlump.
All right. So we're doing the courage to be disliked.
Go on.
Also, the tag beneath it is how to free yourself, change your life, and achieve real happiness. So let's see if we can do that. Bless you. All right. So, commencing with the fourth night of the book, I thought that it was interesting that he brought up vertical and horizontal relationships. I definitely see that to be very true. Not only in like the economical, you know, when you have a job and you have a boss and all this hierarchy, but even in your personal relationships with your parents, your significant others, your friends. And I realized that I do. Even myself, I have vertical and I have horizontal relationships. But in the book, it did
Who
say
do you
that
have a horizontal relationship with?
one or the other. Well, it said that you have a horizontal relationship if you look at someone as your equal, right? So you wouldn't tell them like, what did it say? You wouldn't say.
Thank you.
You're not,
You
yeah,
would say thank you. You wouldn't say like
You
good.
would say
You wouldn't
thank
say
you.
like
So,
good
like,
job or
demeaning
something.
shit, like good job.
Yeah, like you.
But is good
you
job
did
even
it.
like demeaning?
It depends probably like on the tone that you say. Like you say like you're saying it to a dog or something. Like good job.
Well, his
I feel
argument
like if I
was
told my
that
friend
like
good shit, they'd be like, yeah, thanks.
his argument
Yeah.
was that basically if you say like good job and stuff like that, that you're giving yourself like authority over like judging the quality of something.
Yeah, so I guess I understand that to an extent.
What the?
Hold on.
I would like to have
Book club.
horizontal relationships, and I realize too that, you know, like especially talking on the internet to all genres of people. Some people are younger and some people are older. A lot of people typically have insecurities or wish they were one or the other. The old people wish they were younger, and the younger people wish they were older. And sometimes we seek status through that, which I don't think is right. I mean, everybody is just where they are. And
True.
you know. Yeah. Oh, I actually wrote that quote down. It says, when one praises another, the goal is to manipulate someone that has less ability than you. It is not done out of gratitude or respect. So I guess basically, just have gratitude and respect for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I liked the part too where it said a company employee and a full-time housewife simply have different workplaces and roles, and they are truly equal but not the same. Because it seemed like husbands back then were like, I'm the breadwinner, so I'm dominant over you, or superior. And then, let's see, something else in the fourth night that I liked was do the separation of tasks, accept each other's differences, build horizontal relationships. Encouragement comes. What is that word? Next. It is only when a person is able to feel that he has worth, he can possess courage. So I think all those things kind of resonated with me, and I think are true.
We're safe.
Nice.
Are we going straight to the fifth night, or are we just gonna do rotation?
Sure. I mean, if you need to leave, it's probably better just to go straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the fifth night, I'll just talk about. Let's see. What do I want to talk about the fifth night? I didn't write notes. Oh, okay. Here's one part that I thought was interesting, though. It said not the part where it was titled "Not Self-Affirmation, Self-Acceptance," because they talk about. I won't talk about it actually; it'll get canceled on YouTube. But affirmation. So it's kind of like telling your. He brought it up as it's telling yourself a lie, because even if you're not able to do it, you're telling yourself that you are able to do it or you are good enough. And self acceptance is, no, I am like like if I got 60% out of 100% test, that no, I got 60%. What can I do to be better? Not I am 100%, but next like even though I got 60%, the teacher was wrong, or next time I'll get 100%. So I found that interesting, and I wonder how often I do that. Because I feel like I have a lot of self acceptance, but maybe I do some self affirmation sometimes
Mm.
in place of like doing the actual work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. My computer didn't save my notes.
Oh no. All right, I'll hand off the
Uh,
torch though. I think those are like some of the things that I spoke out to me a lot.
Got you.
Respect.
I think it's Brett's turn.
It's
I
my
do like
turn.
I did like this book though overall. I have to say.
Yeah, I like it.
I really
Let's
like it.
go.
I like it too.
That's what I was gonna start off with. This is probably my favorite of the books that we have read, and I am biased because I chose it. But
It's
This
the
is the
best
best
book ever.
book.
That is okay.
but it has a lot of good points that I liked reading about in the first few chapters. I mean, like the first 4 nights, and then by night 5 got kind of messy. I feel like that's like a lot of if these books do for some reason. Is like they
Like,
rush
wrapping
the
everything
ending a
up.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
they wrap everything up, and I don't know if it's just me that feels that way, but it just feels like they throw a lot of unnecessary, like bandages around the end. It's like, yeah, just tie it up right there with a nice little bow.
Yeah.
We're over
But
time.
still.
Just do all the character development and stuff in the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
Just put it in there.
but I really like this book. It's my favorite so far. Probably not like the best overall, I guess, in terms of learning. Probably still Atomic Habits, but it's my favorite.
I guess.
It's more philosophical.
Yeah. Well, in the after, did you read the afterward? He said it was like he was
I
trying to
did
do what like Plato did for like Socrates,
Mhm.
or sorry, what was it Plato? Was it
Yeah, you had it
Aristotle?
right.
Oh, okay. I was right. Yeah.
Like, since
Yeah.
Socrates didn't actually write anything down, he just like had
Yeah.
dialogues, and Plato like recorded everything and interpreted it
Yeah.
for the
And
for the
that's
people.
basically what he did. So like we were right. The youth is fake. He's not real. He's not a real boy.
It's not real.
He's not real.
That's the biggest twist of all.
And afterward, it basically said that the youth is you. You're the youth.
You're the youth.
You're the
What if you're
youth.
like an old ass philosopher reading the book? Then you got to relate to an even older, wiser philosopher. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a vertical
What
relationship.
if you're the oldest one, though?
What if you're the oldest man in existence?
True. Then maybe you wouldn't really
You probably
get
wouldn't
as much out of the
rated.
book.
You'd probably
I
just
don't
be
know.
eating like applesauce or something.
Oh shit! I fell out of my
Probably the thing
chair.
I liked the most about the 4th chapter was like the
Turn.
sense of community, and I feel like that really hits home to me at least, because like finding out like a place where you feel like you can belong really
That's right
does
here.
help.
That's right here.
Right here in the
you belong in this virtual
realm.
It's in the
Library.
virtual. Yeah,
As a
you belong
protogen.
in that virtual chair.
As whatever the fuck you are.
Yeah, whatever that is.
But like a sense of community, I think, really at least helped me in a sense. Like, I feel a lot better now that I like just got a job. Not even like the sense of like, now I feel like a productive member of society or whatever. But like, there's a group of people that I feel like I could probably rely on if needed to. But also like, I just met them 2 weeks ago, so I don't entirely trust them. Like,
Mm.
They can backstab you.
like just a sense of like,
Yeah.
hey, I actually belong here because I have a job. I can actually
Yeah.
do
You
stuff.
have
Careful
something
with
that-
some people though.
Something that
Yeah.
you do.
You'll
Yeah,
work with
but-
somebody for years, and then they'll turn around and just fucking backstab your ass.
Yeah, but
They'll
that's
stab your
their
ass.
that's their problem, you know. Like
Mhm.
they're the ones supposed to do it.
Yeah, that's
Like in the
their
5th
task.
chapter, that's
That's
the
their
same,
task to
that's their
backstab
task.
you.
I'm just
They'll
like,
throw
True.
you under the
living my
bus and
life.
blame you for shit.
And then I'll get through it with horizontal. What was it? Horizontal relationships? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Yeah, where you're like
Yeah.
both like
I'll
equals.
get through it horizontally. You'd be like, Your dog. Cut
Or
that
just
shit
don't
out.
make friends at work. Coworkers aren't friends.
Or get horizontal with them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. He means fuck.
Spoilers.
I agree with Steffi though on like the hierarchical, like vertical and horizontal relationships though. Like I definitely see that or saw that in my life. So putting that into perspective, in which maybe I have been quote unquote victim and also the person engaging in the vertical relationship, but see like the do's and don'ts of that.
Yeah, but Steffi's also lying because all of her relationships are vertical.
Mm.
It's always got to be on top. She's got Napoleon syndrome.
What I did
It's
not
messed up. Is
like-
Steffi still here to defend
I don't
herself?
know. This is supposed to be the part where she chimes in. She's not here, I guess. This is so
What I
sad.
did not like was the youth getting like more and more rambunctious. It felt like he didn't learn anything in the first 3 nights. Where he calmed down, he just started getting more and more rowdy, which I guess
His-
goes into like tie it up
Mhm.
part.
Yeah, at one point it was like his sweaty fists or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
it was cold, but his fists were sweaty and clammy and fucking.
he was bugging. He was freaking out.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
he was
fucking
bunking.
punch the
And
philosopher
then like
man.
at the end, he just accepted everything in the 5th night like so easily.
Yeah.
There was one sentence that was really just, oh, okay, like question mark. And I didn't understand if it was like sarcasm or if, like the writer actually meant for him to have like an aha moment.
Mhm.
It just didn't sit right with me. The 5th night was probably my least favorite, again, because it felt like you were trying to wrap up stuff and brought up new things that I felt like could have been delved into more.
Oh,
Like the energy thing.
fell out of the chair.
Mhm.
And then like
I forgot
rocketed.
exactly what the name of it was.
Oh, the kinetic versus energy reel or some shit.
Yeah, managerial. Like
Yeah.
that part, I felt like they could have dived into more,
Yeah.
but they just kind of like wrapped it up. And a lot of like other points here seem to just be like mentioned and then kind of just forgotten to go to the next point, and then hopefully it made sense along that line.
Mhm.
Like I think it was part of chapter 4 too, but like self-acceptance and stuff like that, it was like touched on briefly, and then they like changed to something else, and then like go through the steps as vividly as the other nights, and I felt like that could have been different, but still very good
Yeah.
because none of it is like wrong. It's like the other self-help books or like generic knowledge you would get from people just put into the last chapter. So it didn't feel like it had as much impact as the others. But still, very good. I liked the book. I'm glad that I forced y'all to read it.
Forced at gunpoint.
10 out of 10.
We're gonna read the
What has transpired
the
with Blake?
sequel.
Yeah,
Do I-
yeah. Joseph actually wants to pick because he's the next one to pick.
Yeah.
He wants to pick the sequel book. Is his book.
Let's go.
So we'll read that. And I think like didn't like pretty much all of us like buy we bought like the bundle, so we had like both books.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think Steffi did too. So I think pretty much everyone has like the bundle. What the hell are you doing over there, Blake? What are you doing?
Blake's turn.
It's my turn?
Little bird turn.
Bird turn.
Hey, hold on. I gotta position my virtual notes in front of my face.
Wait, how do you have virtual notes? How do you do that?
I pinned them. I don't know if you could do it on the quest, but
You can do
The-
view desktop mode too. He can just like you can go in your desktop if you have any like.
Oh,
notepad
mine
or
are all
anything saving
written
over it.
written by
Yeah.
hand.
Oh.
but like I have a
I need like a scanner so I can like scan it as a 3D object in the world.
See, like what I
True.
did is I used Microsoft Sticky Notes and it didn't save any of my shit because like the last time we were doing book club, that's what I was gonna do is just hop into desktop mode and or through the headset and read them that way and it didn't save shit.
yeah.
You can hop in desktop mode right now.
True.
Not that I'm talking about through the Oculus thing.
Yeah, I pinned the window. So it's like not the entire desktop, it's literally just the notepad window. So I can still see you guys, and also I have like this
Yeah, you can
overlay.
pass through the windows.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to do that. That'd be kind of cool. Have like my virtual notes up here and shit.
Yeah,
That's what
because
I
I
was
did
doing with
that.
the sticky notes application.
I did that whenever I had streamed like VR games. I put like the chat in the game. You know what I'm saying? So, but
You're becoming part of the chair.
yeah, I think so. I'm too small to like sit properly in the chair, and then now that I'm like, I don't know if I'm sitting or standing. I'm laying down in real life, but anyways,
Oh, I think if you put in stand mode and then like sit in the chair, maybe that would just fix
it
it.
doesn't really do anything for sit. Just makes it like slightly higher.
Or yeah, it's sit mode, I think. Because if you're sitting in the chair, you should just have your model like kind of.
Hey, let me see.
Just like
How's
sink
that?
down.
Yeah, that's better.
he did. He went like dunk. Okay.
It's better, but you're just fucking tiny.
Yeah. Okay, so the fourth night, I don't really remember a lot, but I think Steffi covered a lot of the stuff
Wait, who
that I was gonna say. But one thing, he mentioned was how looking at others. So let's say you're in public or whatever, and I don't know, you have like some sort of anxiety, or you're like concerned how people view you, or you're doing something that you maybe people think is weird. I don't know. But anyways, the whole point is like that you're only looking at other people to see or to like try to figure out how they are viewing you, which is basically just you only thinking about yourself, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you only care what the other people think when it pertains to how they perceive you rather than like the other people as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically it's like it's a self-centered way of thinking and like and being. So I don't know, it's maybe something to keep in mind if you got social anxiety and shit. um yeah, Steffi talked about praising and Roy, I think, like basically manipulating people by praising them. um
By the
and
way,
trying
Blake, you're
to
beautiful.
what.
You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And forcing whoever you're praising, I guess, to live how you want because you praise them for the things that you deem good. That makes sense. So instead, you should have these horizontal relationships that are based on respect instead of, yeah, like this, that are based on
Like
respect.
this.
Yeah, like I can't make that shape with my hand. Anyways, uh, blah blah blah. My next note that I thought was cool was basically by seeking praise from other people, you're not living how you truly want to. So you're trying to, I guess, conform to other people's standards or what they think is good, and instead of what you think is good. That makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
And yeah, yeah. My last note is not important. So okay, so the fifth night, I actually put a bunch of notes, but I agree with Brett. It was sort of like where he's basically tying off all the loose ends that were introduced, like all the plot holes or whatever you want to call them. So not really a plot, but like all the overarching ideas. He's trying to like solidify them right at the end. But I like how basically, and this is something Steffi mentioned too, the difference between self-acceptance and self-affirmation. Uh, Specifically, just I guess accepting yourself how you are, and giving or starting like whatever the fuck the cycle is of like loving yourself however you are in at this moment instead of like some distant you that you aspire to be, right? And then I'm trying to remember like the next part. It's like trusting other people or some shit, and then contributing to your
Yeah, having confidence.
Yeah.
and what other people
Yeah.
are doing, like having trust, somewhat, kinda, not really trust.
And then contributing to other people, which is like I guess Brett's what you're saying with your job is
Yeah, with a
you get
sense of community.
yeah you get the feeling that you're contributing to your community, your work community, or your actual community, since I guess you work at a bank. So,
Yeah.
uh, what else? Oh, this was just a note, but he uses the word comrades a lot, and I guess these are like Japanese people, so maybe this was translated. But the word comrade, and then he was talking about how one of the life goals or whatever is like your labor. So like him saying comrades and labor, it just makes me think of communism. Like this book.
It's a communist book.
Yeah, this book makes me think of communism,
Damn it, commies.
or at least like just those two word association. Um, what else? The fact that people could change regardless of age. So, well, then he follows it up with young people could change themselves and the world easier. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. And this is actually a later note, but he mentions that when you change yourself, you change the world. I'm pretty sure that's a System of a Down lyric.
It is.
That's where they took
Gotta
it from.
be.
That's where they
Yeah.
took it from.
But I don't know if if change the world literally means like I guess how you would normally interpret it, where it's like the actual world, or if it's just how you perceive the world. So you are just changing how you view it, therefore changing the world.
Yeah, I think it was like my interpretation is the latter, where like your world view, like your
Worldview,
perspective of
yeah.
the world, like changes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I don't know if you meant like you change yourself and then I don't know, something crazy is gonna happen.
I change myself, and I believe people can fly, and they'll go outside
Have
and
you
everyone's
heard of the
flying around
butterfly
with their
effect?
arms.
True.
Is that where like you eat a butterfly and you turn into one?
No, it's like changing like
Once-
one
I think so.
small thing can like turn into like a dramatic change.
Come on, you
So
never
wait,
even
so
seen
that
the movie,
thing?
Roy?
Like that
They
thing?
have the with Ashton Kutcher, I think it is. They got a movie called Butterfly Effect.
That's so sick. Let's
So
watch.
like
Let's
you
watch
It's
throw
the
a
actually
movie.
pebble
it's
at a car, and then
It's
the
a
car
pretty
like
fucked
turns.
up. No, it's a really fucked up movie actually.
Let's watch it then.
We should watch it.
All right.
We should watch it.
Yeah. What else?
That's a good one.
Accepting. So this is go back to the self acceptance, but accepting yourself on a level of being. So just how you are, rather than your level of acts. So it's like your level of acts is what you can do or what you do, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to
Same.
elaborate or has any other thoughts, but I thought that was nice. I have like a couple more notes, and then I'm done. But
Got a lot of notes.
yeah, I wrote a lot down for the fifth night, but another sort of thing I liked was where he used the metaphor of like you're on stage, and when basically being in the moment is like having a spotlight shine on you, and so I guess whenever you have a spotlight on you, you can't see anything besides your immediate.
You're blinded by the light.
Yeah. So whenever you're basically if you're living in the moment, you won't be able to like dwell on the past or imagine or stress about the future if you're actually committing yourself to being present and doing, I guess, everything you can do at the moment. Does that make sense? Blah blah blah. Oh, and there's one that's, I don't know. I don't think it's really like nihilistic or anything, but he said, this is actually something I resonate with a lot. But it's just like he basically when people ask what is the meaning of life, and then the book, or he says Adler, or Adler says that life in general has no meaning,
That irritated me, that part.
which
That's not necessarily true.
Well, no,
is
he
honestly
said it was like eventually he said that it was like individual defined. Like the individual has to decide.
But how are
Right.
you
What the
gonna
meaning
contradict
is.
yourself though? You're gonna say life's meaningless and say
well, it's like it has no meaning at the. It has no innate meaning. It has no inherent meaning, but but as a person, you sort of give it your own meaning, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Which I like.
Blake's meaning of life is to be a small Birdman in the virtual realm.
Exactly. uh, yeah, that's pretty much all my notes.
That's so sick.
My book review, this book, I liked it a lot. You know, it sort of grew on me.
How many fingers up do you give it?
Two thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll be excited, I guess, to read the sequel. Read the sequel. It's like the sequel's The Courage to Be Happy or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay.
This one was The Courage to Be Disliked, but it's like I feel like that was like a minor topic in the entire book was the courage to be disliked.
Yeah, they really didn't talk about being disliked.
There's
I
more
think it was
in
only
the
like
beginning.
in the very beginning.
Yeah, it was like a small portion, and the rest of it was just more like Adler's like psychology and stuff. So it's the other man's turn. It's Joseph's turn.
True.
My turn. Fourth night, I really can't recall for much on that because it didn't save my note, and I've been on that course of stuff. Like my brain's just completely burnt out right now. I don't know. For the fifth night, the only thing I really didn't agree with is like what you guys touched on earlier, is when he's talking about life is meaningless. You know, it's life's what you make of it. So.
Is that Steffi?
Yeah, she left. Wasn't a bad book overall. In the beginning, I didn't care for it. I didn't like it, but once I sat down and started listening to it, I liked it more and more. I give it an okay rating.
Burn yourself, moth of flame.
What? I've been grinding. I tried to get my certificates too on top of doing book club.
But, you know, what is it? In the fifth night, he was talking about how you're living, if you live like a linear life and you're like, I'll be happy once I do this thing. Where am I going with this? I was gonna say, you can don't postpone your happiness until you finish your thing, I guess. I mean, you already finished your thing, so.
Well, no, that made me actually happy today to get that professional certificate. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And Roy over here, he was doing his course during the book club. I'm over here grinding away at it, getting up at 2, 3 in the morning, almost every other fucking morning, working on it all day.
Why do you get up so early to work on it?
Because I wake up and then I can't go back to bed because my back hurts, and then I just go work on it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. If I can't go back to sleep, like I'm not gonna sit there in the bed and look at the ceiling. That's irritating.
Well, that's why you gotta sit up in the bed, look at the ceiling with music.
I guess that's all I have for now. I'm burnt out today.
Yeah.
Tired.
I can't shove my note card inside my quest. I want to like just shove it in the mask. So wait,
I don't know how you'd read it.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go ahead, go.
I can see stuff at pretty close range. I think the first one I wanted to talk about was I like the self-acceptance one. The self-acceptance that one was kind of like weird, or I guess it wasn't weird, but my general like takeaway from the self-acceptance portion was that you kind of have to, like, going back to the earlier statement where he said like part of like Adler is like not basically using the equipment that you're given, and that's like kind of like what the self-acceptance means, is that you have to accept who you for as you are now, which doesn't mean it's not like a non-growth thing, like you can't improve yourself. It's just you have to be realistic and accept that, like, okay, I have these strengths, I have these weaknesses. It's like these are the abilities I have and these are the ones I don't have. You can't give yourself like self-affirmations and basically live in like a fake reality where you're like, oh, I'm this, when you really don't have those like qualities or quantities. So it's like, to me, the self-acceptance thing was something I had to come to like terms with and like understand better.
Like accepting that you'll never be a 3-foot tall bird in real life.
That is so true. You gotta accept yourself as
It's a hard pill
not
to
that
swallow.
Birdman. Yeah, it's the hardest hardest pill to swallow. Another one I liked it was he had the Jewish saying of like if you had 10 people in a room, 7 people are gonna be indifferent towards you, 1 person's gonna hate you, and then 2 of them are gonna be like your friends that will like accept you. And the question was basically, which group of people do you focus on? Do you focus on like the person that hates you, or do you focus on the 7 that don't give shit about you, or do you focus on like the 2 people who care about you? Wait, there's 2. There they are. It's right there.
I accept you, just how you are,
Yeah,
as a virtual cat.
that's me, virtual cat. And so I like that. It's like a thought experiment. I like that little saying. It's a kind of cool thought experiment to think about. I thought one that was funny was they mention it. I think this was in chapter 5, maybe. The courage to be normal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You gotta have the courage to be normal.
But that's fucked up. Like, why would you want to be
Yeah.
normal?
Yeah.
What is normal?
I just think it's funny.
There is no
'cause,
normal.
like, yeah,
Normal.
normal is like weird
Normal.
nowadays. So
You're a normie. You don't want to be a normie.
yeah, it's just funny because like we're sitting in the virtual realm. He's a little bird man. I'm a neon cat, and you're a I don't know what the hell that is.
He's an unholy machination.
I'm death, motherfucker.
He's dead.
Oh my god. It's kind of got like paws though, like feet paws.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
does.
know. It looks like. Wait. Okay. The fingers now, when I'm sitting down, look like metal and stuff,
Yeah.
like metal slinkies or some shit.
He does. He's like a
But
gold.
like the actual like.
You got like Assassin's Creed like swords on your arms.
Oh yeah.
Look at those
Except I
damn
can't.
things.
I can't like kill anything. Sucks.
This is fucked up.
So sad.
So messed up. How would they nerf Assassin's Creed like this?
Yeah.
That book club?
Oh, and then
Look.
oh no, I have 2 more things.
Let's go.
So the kinetic and the energial one, I liked that. And it also reminded me of I believe it was Aristotle, like one of Aristotle's writings, where so like the kinetic and the energial is like the kinetic is like you have your start point and your like destination or your goal, and then like the
Right.
energial is like the idea that the journey itself is like the goal. So it's not
Yeah.
just like a point A to point B way of thinking about it. It's like the moment that you're currently in is like that is what you should care and focus about. And it reminds me of Aristotle because he made like this classification between making and acting, and it's very similar. Like the Aristotle's concept of like making is that you want to make like an outcome or a goal or something happen, and acting is like you're just kind of going through like the process. Like it's the same thing as like the energial. It's acting is just you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like how they refer to energial as like the dance. It's like because the purpose of the dance isn't to get from one point of the floor to the other point of the floor. It's like the entire thing of the dance is like the point. So I thought it was pretty interesting because they're like they're basically the same exact concept, but just different words, and obviously come from like way different times. Because Ather was like, I think they said he's been dead for, in the book they said like 50 years before his like teaching started getting picked up or something.
Yeah.
So he's like still like pretty modern. And Aristotle was fucking bajillion years ago. And so I thought that was interesting, just kind of like how it's the new modern contemporary version of the same like philosophical concept that Aristotle carried. And the greatest life lie is the what did it exactly say for this note? I don't remember. Oh, the greatest oh wait, what? Get back in there. Okay. The greatest life lie is the life lies that prevent you from living in the now. Which goes back to the other book. The Power of Now.
The
You
Power
gotta
of
live in the
Now.
now. You gotta live in the now.
In the now.
And then so any
Are you living?
any life lie that prevents you from living in the now, right now, is the greatest life lie. It's big.
awesome.
Video games are a life lie.
Yeah.
Well, what if you're in the now when you're
Yeah,
gaming?
if you're in the now and you're gaming.
Hmm.
Yeah. Look at him go.
But that's it for me. So I like the book
Right.
though. I liked it a lot. I liked the concepts and stuff that you get from Adler. It does definitely make me want to read like Adler's stuff for sure. Like read the source material.
Source.
I'm gonna go to the fucking source.
Gotta go.
So
to the
now we got to
source.
hear from Andrew.
Andrew. Go
If he
to
was
the-
Yeah, he
here,
didn't send me a
Andrew.
message.
Oh, he
This is
ghosted
so
us.
sad. This is so sad.
At least he showed up to one.
He was here, although it didn't happen though.
It did not happen.
So
He doing
He was-
squats.
he was here in spirit.
What do you give the book out of 10?
10 out of 10.
He gives it a 10 out of 10. I don't know. 8 out of 10.
Solid.
Joseph, what do you think?
7 out of 10.
Damn.
Also good.
I give it a 8.5. I like the style. I like the dialogue style of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The Plato and Socrates style. This bird. It's as thick as my face.
Yeah. Is that the end? Is that the end of book club?
I
Yeah.
think that's the end of book
That's
club
the end.
and the courage to be disliked.
Woo! Look at that. Look at that.
Thank you all for your
Look at that.
contribution.
Going back next week when we start a different book.
But it's the same book, just the sequel.
Different
It's the
book.
sequel.
I think the youth is gonna turn back like 30 years later. You're like,
Oh, it's a
"Alright,
prequel."
I need help again.
My midlife crisis.
Maybe the youth
I'll read this
becomes the
book.
professor. Oh my god.
Holy